No Fulton chyba się nie skończył jeszcze, nie? Jak z tym Fultonem jest?
Boss, I have a quick report for you here. We've discovered a radiation leak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
Oho.
It's coming from testing equipment we installed the other day. Members of the medical team have been
Znowu coś
conducting
się
research
spieprzyło w
there,
Mother Base.
but we'll evacuate them all from the research block to the containment
Wyciek.
block next to it. Emmerich.
No, grubo.
There's no need to worry. No radioactive material is leaked, so the contamination won't spread. We just need to seal off the testing equipment.
I've dispatched the security team to get the researchers out. I'll keep you updated.
Mission. Mission accepted.
Zrób będą total stealth, bo chyba to też musimy zrobić.
Deploying.
Aj, mogę kłaść dać ten usypiającym, ale dobra, ciul. Epizod 39.
Boss, the Soviet engineer is being held prisoner at the Sin barracks. You need to find him and get him out. He tried to defect from the base camp up north, but it didn't work out. Now they're holding him at Sin. He's offered his technical skills to us as long as we can guarantee his safety. You have to extract the target.
Czyli ogólnie nie mogę nas zauważyć.
Happens to be the man who developed your prosthetic hand. He's the only one capable of maintaining it.
Kurde, to jest ta misja, ja wiem, która to jest.
He'll be able to modify it in all kinds of ways as well.
Nie będzie łatwo.
Be careful down there, boss.
Please select a deployment point. Enemy presence detected.
Mina!
In the barracks. The
Updated.
target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map, his body has infiltrated and the map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
Great. I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. I hope he's all right.
The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Ty, a w sumie jakby Quiet zabijała, to by mnie nie zaliczało jako wykrycie chyba.
We gotta extract him.
Fire.
Tak. Nie wykrywa jako snajpera.
Понял. Занять оборонную позицию и найти снайпера. Конец связи.
Aj, kurde, to już wykryło jako wykrycie. Strzeliłem mu w pysk ogólnie. A uderzyło w hełm, nie? Też te hitboxy są dziwne. Jestem pewien, że uderzyłem w ten... w twarz mu.
That's the Watson barracks. The target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
You have arrived at your destination.
O, tego typa tutaj nie ma teraz.
Extraction failed.
What? Co to było? A, zestrzelił mi balon.
ЛКП, понял. Все в единицу. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи. ЛКП, понял. Всем подразделениям. У нас могут быть нарушители. Конец связи. ЛКП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкурите врага. Конец связи.
Okej, nie quiet, to wy tego zabija.
ЛКП, понял. Занять оборонную позицию и найти снайпера. Конец связи. ЛКП, понял. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по противнику. Конец связи.
Clouds approaching.
Great. I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. I hope he's all right.
The map has been updated.
Da się tu wejść jakoś może? Nie. Zboździerze napieprzają. Pamiętam przez ranę. Ty, a jakbym wziął fire support? To właśnie, bombardment.
Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Please select a strike point. Support helicopter requested.
Dobra, wzywamy posiłki. Mamy tyle pieniędzy, że możemy tracić.
Strike will commence shortly.
КП, это зона 4. Не атаковали! Но мне не видно врага! Прием! ЛКП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкурите врага. Конец связи.
Please select a deployment point.
Z tamtej strony idzie atakować.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Cover fire. In hot. Target acquired. In hot.
To dobry stealth, nie?
In hot. Watch out, boss.
Dobra, quiet. Potrzebujecie, żebyś zaatakowała z tej może strony lepiej.
Please select a default outpost captured.
Okej, przyjęliśmy ten outpost. Nice.
This is B Quad. No targets remaining. Ending attack run and we'll stand by at LZ. This is B Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Boss,
Support
you've
helicopter
entered a
has
building.
arrived.
Always keep an escape route in mind when you head indoors.
Okej, tu jest.
If you get surrounded, you'll have nowhere to run. There, that's the target.
Этот протез. Я его сделал. Это мой шедевр.
Support helicopter
If there's nothing in the way overhead, you should be able to Fulton him.
Ja mam nadzieję, że wszystkich naprawdę nie ma już w tej bazie. Dobra.
Target extraction confirmed. Your objectives complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Departing.
extraction arrived.
Nice work. Keep it up.
Enemy present.
Yes, mission complete.
Dobra, głupia ta misja zrobiona jest.
The engineer we rescued has been extreme.
To skip, bo to jest stare. Ten Fulton dalej mi się nie zrobił. Bo stoję w miejscu, nie mogę nic robić.
Please specify a project.
10 minut jeszcze, no co ja mam przez 10 minut robić? To jest bez sensu z tym, nie powinien być czegoś takiego, ale no. Z tym czasem.
Please select a mission.
Cloak Insight, nie musimy tych ekstremów robić. 6 misji nam ogólnie zostało. No nie wszystkie 6 misji, bo będą powtarzały się niektóre, których nie trzeba robić. Możemy ten cassette tape sobie posłuchać na razie, bo i tak nie ma co robić, a jest sporo nowych rzeczy, nie? O tych dzieciakach to zaczęły uciekać, bo to jest dość też ważne. Tego nie musimy akurat.
Boss, we gave Ralph, that kid who died in the accident, a burial at sea. The man in charge of that facility has been severely punished. But ever since, the kids have been acting strange. It's obvious they've lost their trust in adults. I was getting reports of them ignoring the staff, or getting insolent, and even violent. And a few days later, several of the kids did a disappearing act. They snuck into choppers and shipping containers and got off base. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. These kids were born in a war zone and forced to grow up as war fighters. If they're left alone, war is how they'll die. But I thought we showed them there are other reasons to live. I never liked having children on Mother Base. But the thought of them going back to the battlefield and picking up their old lifestyle is something I can't stomach. It makes me think of Chico, 9 years ago. We have to get those kids back. Hell, they know too much about our operation. I never expected even the kids to betray us. Snake, you remember the White Mamba? Of course, he's been going by Eli since we brought him on base. He was the leader of the child soldier unit we took out of that village and into our protection. Well, according to the kids you brought back here, all the escapees were especially close to Eli. There's reason to suspect he's behind all 6 escapes. We've already detained him. I'll be questioning him shortly.
Wait. You'll be?
Ocelot.
You're incapable of taking an impartial stance with those kids. Question them all you want. It'll get you nowhere.
Ocelot, you get too many kicks from your art of interrogation.
It's not a matter of art. It's about quick, minimal strokes of psychological warfare. That's what gets the answers. And it's the best way to keep both questioner and subject safe. The risks only increase the more an interrogation drags on. At that point, it causes as much pain to the inflictor as the inflicted.
Like I said, too many kicks.
What I'm trying to tell you is we need quick results. Otherwise, it'll be too little, too late.
I know that.
And besides, I know the subject. I won't go overboard with a kid.
Forget it. You're not needed. Snake, we'll want to question the other kids too. Be sure to bring them all back. Snake, about the escaped children. Eli confessed. The way he tells it, they wanted to go back to the battlefield. Don't rob them of their freedom, he said. If you bring them all back, there will be consequences. Next, he'll be asking for our surrender.
Consequences? What consequences?
No idea. That's all I have for now.
You're too attached to those kids. Stop protecting Eli.
Listen to yourself.
Let me question him, and we'll get some real answers.
Not necessary. I'll report as and when.
Boss, we found weapons in the children's section of the living quarters. As you know, weapons are strictly off limits. We've got some rule breakers. The weapons we found were handmade. Blades ground out of knives and forks, a couple of bow guns built out of scrap, and explosives made using detergents. And get this, the explosives were tightly packed with nails. The kids put the blame on, you guessed it, Eli. I guess that's what he meant by consequences.
I questioned him about it, but this time he claimed they want to be put out on missions. Send us to the battlefield, he says.
Miller, enough is enough. You've protected him too much already. It's my turn to question him.
Protected?
What Eli's doing is issuing a threat. Comply with my demands or I'll respond with force. But it'll be war at this rate. Forks and soap aren't gonna kill us, but some of them will end up dead. Is that what you want? Now, I hate to say it, but they want to be on the battlefield. It's time you gave up this fantasy.
Eli, he said they'd rise up against us if we bring the last kid back.
There, you see? Ignore his demands. Don't let him return to quarters. That attitude is contagious. We lose control over them for good.
For the time being, we've confiscated those handmade weapons. We're bumping up security and the number of psychiatric counselors. As for Eli,
he needs some very special care.
You mean solitary?
Well, we can't leave him in contact with the other kids. If you won't do it, I will. Boss, keep working on extracting those kids.
The kids you brought back to base have laid out the situation. They all escaped to each of their home villages, who were trying to get home and lost their way. Not that homesickness is gonna explain everything we've seen.
Each of their home villages. They were trying to raise troops for the rebellion.
You really think these kids have an armed uprising in them?
You read the report of the security team member who had a rock thrown at him. There'll be a riot if we don't do something. And Miller, this is because you didn't act fast enough.
Fine. I'll admit you were right this time.
Seal off the kids' quarters from outside contact before it's too late.
All right.
Eli said his rebellion would start when the last kid is brought back, right? You better be ready to meet him head on if it really happens.
Yeah.
You should have left it to me in the first place.
Boss, they're just kids. We have a responsibility to see that those kids make it. It's not about feeling protective or the pros and cons. I hate kids. That's exactly what I heard from the people who raised me. People who abandoned me, more like. That's the spark that kept me going, you know? I wanted to show those adults what I was made of. Wanted to get back at them one day. But before I knew it, I was all grown up. Never saw it coming. All of a sudden, people treated me as an adult. Some adult I turned out to be. But I feel like if my life had been different, if the adults I knew had been different, I could have grown up better. Yeah, that's it, all right. I wanted to use those kids to test that theory. That's all this was. From their point of view, I'm no different from the assholes who gave me a hard time. When this is all blown over, I'll talk it out with them. If that's still possible. Boss, there are still kids out there. Bring them back safe.
Boss, it's me. Eli's revealed what he wants. He wants to speak with you. With Big Boss. He just said, bring my father here. Eli's too smart for his own good.
Czyli on wie, że
No way
Big
to
Boss
tell
jest
what
jego
he's
ojcem,
thinking.
nie?
All we know for sure is his men are important to him. That means we can use the escaped kids as leverage in any negotiation. Once you've brought the last one back, I'll interrogate him. If the kids do rise up, we'll meet them full force. End of story. I didn't want things to turn out like this. We could have prevented it, but it's too late now. If Eli means to take this all the way, he's gonna force us to do the same. Boss, go get that last kid. We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like you...
To sobie już odpuścimy. Z tego nie będę puszczał. Tego już nie musimy słuchać. Musimy tego, z tego ścieka zdobyć, ale czy już mi się skończyło? Miał 10 minut? Minuta jeszcze. To poczekamy. Bo jakby... No bez tego nie jestem w stanie nic zrobić. O, helikopter mogę ulepszyć już. O! Mogę pracować, kolejne ulepszenia. Nice. Super. Tutaj potrzebuję... sporo. Okej, skończyło się opracowywać już. Nice. To możemy iść w końcu. Możemy w końcu tą misję zrobić z tym dzieciakiem. Dobra, ASAP. razu pikłada, powiem mu, żeby nie leciał. Żeby nie musieliśmy czekać niepotrzebnie, bo zgarniam go i uciekamy stąd.
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Ej, wrócił.
This is Pequod. I have arrived at marker. Following SOP. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Szybko ogarniamy tego dzieciaka.
Support helicopter has arrived.
No chodź, kuźniarzu.
Trouble they put us through. Making me worry like that.
Silence.
I've updated
No
the mission
i
list.
nice.
Updated.
We received a new job offer. Details are on your iDroid.
At Motorbase.
No, bo ten dzieciak niestety nam blokował w ogóle fabułę dalej. Trzeba było go zrobić.
This is Pequod. There's an obstruction at the LZ preventing me from landing. Request immediate removal.
Czaję. Dobra.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase.
Dobra, pojawiły się nowe
Mission
misje.
list updated.
Tutaj nic nie budujemy. O...
Please select a mission.
41 rozdział. Proxy War Without End. Eliminate the CFA armor column assembly to the north of Nova Braga Airport. The column contains many large-scale fighting vehicles.
Mission
Alright.
accepted.
Czy to jest tu?
Heading to Central
Nie robimy tego
Africa.
głośno, bo to lotnisko jest ciężkie. Helikopter się rozwali tym na 100%.
Deploying.
ISO 41.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent a predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
No okej, gdzie oni są? Tędy jadą, będą... Zaminujemy. Możemy zaminować w sumie.
Be careful down there, boss.
Możemy zaminować tą drogę.
Map marker placed. Enemy prison detected. The map has been updated. Please select a deployment point.
Tu szybko wybijemy.
Buddy has infiltrated our... The map has been updated. Please select a deployment point. The map has been updated.
Okej, i czekamy. I Fulton. Kolejny. Tam jest.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at mother base.
Eliminate the target. How you do it is your call.
Fire at will.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
By widział już, czy jeszcze nie? Nie widział mnie. Sfultonuje.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
S.
Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
O kurde, helikopter tam lata.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at mother base. Guard post captured.
Nie mam czasu na was teraz. Sypuje się.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You we'll win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind
Ja pierniczę, jak mi koło tego... Nie! Naprawdę już? Kurde. Myślałem, że spokojnie go jeszcze z tego trafię. Ajajaj.
CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job
A dobra,
is to
zapisało
wipe them out.
fajnie.
Guard post captured.
Kurwa.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga
Nie mogę
Airport.
się tam ukryć.
Your job is to wipe them out.
Na C4 polegać, ale... No kurde,
Guard
ten czołg
post
tylko.
captured.
Man.
Nice work, boss. Targets are almost history.
Ginę.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
No ile ty masz życia?
Support helicopter requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Supplies requested.
Pikład, potrzebuję cię.
Supply drop complete. Support helicopter has
I have
arrived.
arrived at marker! Brian?
No, nice.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss.
Prioritizing elimination of enemy threat.
Just one target left.
Clouds.
You completed the objective. Now get out of there.
Mission info has been updated. Guard post, please select a strike point.
This is
Please
P-Quad.
select
No
one
targets
designated
remaining.
point.
Ending attack run and we'll stand by at LZ.
Dobra. Kurde, helikopter jak się ulepszy jest dobry, naprawdę.
Station at LZ.
Dobrze bije tam. Ale dymi się w sumie, no tak? To jest zniszczony.
Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Yes. Mission.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else too.
Gówniarz się
Boss wants to
buntuje.
press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Where is he?
I told you, your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. They'll even see the boss, too.
First, I need to know what you sent them to do
They wanted to leave.
to their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
I'm not like you! Goodbye, Father. I don't need you anymore.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
No i gówniarz nam ukradł Metal Geara, nie? Praying Mantis. Ale tak, Ellie jest tym złym synem. To jest Liquid Snake w przyszłości zwanym, tak? To nie jest David, bo David to jest Solid Snake. Ellie to akurat jest Liquid. No i ogólnie w przyszłości wiemy, jaki Liquid jest, więc tutaj dużo nie trzeba mówić.
We're looking for the kids in Sahelanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either.
To jest ten syn, który sprowadzi zniszczenia, a David będzie tym synem, który uratuje świat.
Also, regarding our
Tak jak
concerns
tam przewidziano w
about Eli,
Peacemakerze.
I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that
Przepraszam, w
project.
Portable Ops. Nie Peacemakerze,
I have an
Portable
answer.
Ops. Przed walką z
Put it
Jeanem.
on tape. Give it a listen. Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Dobra. Mapa. Czemu mapę mi pokazuje w ogóle? Dobra, polećmy na R&D w ogóle.
Please select landing zone.
Roger.
This is Pequot. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequot. On station at LZ.
Please select a landing zone.
Musimy tu polecieć.
Landing zone
Departing.
confirmed.
Pa, pa, para, pa. O. To zaraz sobie przesłuchamy w ogóle. Bo oni mu zrobili ten test DNA, nie? Bo Miller pierwszy zobaczył, że Ellie jest w podobnym wieku do Big Bossa. Może mieć przybliżony wiek do synów Big Bossa, nie? Więc podejrzewał, że to może faktycznie być jego syn. No i miał rację. Był Metal Gear i nie ma Metal Geara. Taki ładny był, tutaj stał sobie. Dobra, ja potrzebuję, żeby mi to helikopter gdzie indziej wylądował.
Please select
Niżej.
a landing
Heading for
zone.
objective.
Teraz Mamal w ogóle podstoi w tym miejscu. Słuchaj ty, zejdź tu na dół. To jest sprawa. Nie zajdziesz, co? Specjalnie cię odgrodzili, żebym cię nie mógł dorwać. Nech. Idziemy jeszcze do Mamalpoda, w ogóle pójdziemy. Tylko muszę się zastanowić, jak tu się wchodzi w ogóle, bo ja w tym nie nacierpię Mother Base, bo chodzić po tym, bo to jest jeden wielki labirynt. Nie wiem. Po co komu takie coś? Nie można było jakąś nową fortecę zbudować czy coś, nie wiem. Kółko to powtarza w ogóle. Wykryła mnie. No nic z tym akurat nie możemy zrobić, już szkoda trochę.
Please select a landing zone.
Roger.
Ale fajnie, że dali jakby no coś tam z Peace Walkera jeszcze, nie? Jakiś tam fragment. Dużo nawiązań zobaczyć do Peace Walkera. Mi się podoba, jak jest właśnie jakieś tam nawiązanie do poprzednich części i tak dalej. To jest fajna rzecz. Kurde, no nienawidzę tego Mother Base. Na to lądowisko się normalnie dostać nie da. Bo musi być jakiś labirynt. Dobra, lećmy. Zobaczmy z tymi misjami teraz. Musimy coś porobić. Muszę zobaczyć jeszcze.
About Eli hijacking Lazarus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs.
Oczywiście, nie?
We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Unit dispatched.
Oczywiście Hugh znowu coś odwalił. No to jest debil, nie? Ale na początku questioning Hugh, albo nie, zobaczmy jeszcze to. Elise DNA test.
we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests, we can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him, I did a double take, but it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone, though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's gonna tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
Czyli z testów DNA wychodzi, że to nie jest nasz syn. Nie pasuje coś. Ciekawe.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
On widział w ogóle syna. Było zdjęcie na Małalpodzie, gdzie tam opracowywał w ogóle technologię dla Sowietów. Więc kłamał. Bo pokazywałem wam tam te zdjęcie nawet.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
No. Debil. Po prostu debil. Ale kłamał z Halem, bo zdjęcie były właśnie na podzie. Boss. Z sztuczną inteligencją Boss. I tam było zdjęcie Hala. Więc kłamał. Unit function D-Doc. O, dobra. Missions. Teraz zobaczmy, czego my nie zrobiliśmy. 42. Znaczy tych misji nie musimy robić. Ale coś mnie blokuje jeszcze. Czyżby jakiś site-ops nie został zrobiony do końca? Dobra, zróbmy coś takiego. Polećmy na
Please
zwykłą
select a
misję
land heading to Central Africa.
i nie bierzmy Quiet. Weźmiemy D-Doga. Albo nie D-Doga. Nie, D-Doga weźmy. Ejsa. Możliwe, że ten jest problem, bo powinna się pojawić kolejna misja. Coś mnie blokuje jeszcze.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Development complete.
Base Facilities, coś mogę zbudować, niezbytnio, z nowego. Tutaj nic.
Be careful down there, boss.
Please select a mission.
No właśnie, bond level, który mamy z tym Quiet? Body support. Sobie teraz nie sprawdzę tego. Dobra, zróbmy sobie tą misję po prostu. W tym czasie, bo ona się powinna pojawić w ogóle, ta misja teraz. Już końcówka gry powinna być tak naprawdę, znaczy końcówka, który ending powinien się teraz pojawić. A czy jeszcze scenka z Quiet powinna być? Powoli widzimy do końca.
English interpreter operating somewhere in that area. If you extract him, it could be plenty useful for us.
Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ale warczy sobie psinka.
Analysis. The map has been updated.
Możesz lecieć, bo jesteś dalej lepszy niż większość tam.
Side ops list updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Możesz lecieć.
Interface. Caution. Rain approaching.
Rain approaching.
You gonna extract him?
Site ops.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker removed. Marker removed. Please select a support helicopter.
Dobra, zobaczmy teraz. Nie będę wracał do bazy. Może faktycznie przydałoby się zrobić ekstremisję, ale one, ja pamiętam, ich nie robiłem w ogóle też kiedyś. I one nie powodowały, że musiałem jakieś tam robić, żeby odblokować true ending. To oni zmienili, bo w Peace że trzeba było naprawdę 100% gry przejść, żeby mieć prawdziwe zakończenie, a tutaj wystarczy po prostu main story zrobić.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okej, dalej się jeszcze nie odblokowało. Pokaż mi tą Quiet. Jakie ja mam statusy w ogóle z nią teraz? Tak, bo tu nie ma nic z nią. Tutaj nic nie musimy robić. Okej. Zróbmy tak. Zróbmy jeszcze jedną. I teraz pokaż mi Quiet. Albo w sumie nie. Zróbmy tak. Development body.
Please specify a project. Please select a landing zone.
To jest dziwne, bo Sprite mam już full. Ona się powinna blokować, ta misja. Dobra, poróbmy te misje side-opsowe jeszcze trochę. Bo może ona z czasem się odblokuje. Naprawdę w tej masce wygląda dziwnie. zrobimy tę misję kilka tych ubocznych i zobaczymy. Możliwe, że w Mother Base'ie coś nie zrobiłem. O czymś zapomniałem.
Be careful down there, boss.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
There should be a Congo English interpreter somewhere in that area.
Has been
If you
updated.
extract him, it could be plenty useful for us.
Kikongo.
Presence detected. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Get him.
Zajebiste jest. Easy.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Uuu. Ale jest dobry.
Analysis complete.
Też nie jest zły.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
To nie jest mięśnie. Dobra.
Side analysis side ops list updated.
Coś głównym.
Subject is in.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Ja pierdolę.
Unit function added.
Muszę się położyć, bo tak to nie ma co celować. A, dramat. Dobra, pieprzę sobie jeszcze to miejsce. I lecimy. Bum!
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Git. Mother Base się coś świeci cały czas. A, Komsopurki Kongo, okej.
Please specify a project.
Tutaj się świeciło.
Commencing platform construction. Commencing platform
No
construction.
to niech się to buduje.
Please select a mission.
No, wszystkie important zrobiłem, side opsy. Poczekajcie, bo no, kurde, no, powinno mieć już tą misję. Przecież nie wiem, co ja nie zrobiłem. A, dobra, już wiem. Musimy zrobić przynajmniej 3 misje side-opsowe po wykradzeniu tego. Po zabraniu Metal Gear'a, okej. Tak myślałem, że jakieś misje trzeba robić, żeby ten czas minął trochę. Żeby striggerować misję. Nie byłem pewny.
Deploying. Please select a deployment point. Please select a deployment point. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Begin cover fire.
Boss, get down. The enemy's sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Guard post captured. Clouds approaching.
That's the target. Subject is in.
Side ops list updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, we have an emergency. There's been another outbreak of the vocal cord parasites on the base. Several men are dead. It started in the laboratory on the quarantine platform where the radiation leak occurred. I'd only just deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
To jest ogólnie genialna misja, nie? Uwielbiam tą misję, ona jest super. Znaczy jest strasznie smutna, ale jest mocna. Zobaczcie.
Here we go again. There's been another outbreak in the laboratory. The quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
There's nothing on the radio
Nikt
either.
stamtąd nie wrócił, nie?
We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone. Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on in there.
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in. No telling how they'd react.
Fine. First off, check how much the infection has spread. Rescue comes next, after we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
Ciąg dalszy nastąpi.
Please
We
select
have
a
no
mission.
idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. We need more information. Find out what's going on, boss. Select a mission on your iDroid.
Shining lights, even in dead. Cholernie smutna misja to będzie teraz. Investigate the laboratory where a new vocal cord parasite outbreak has occurred and find out how to identify who is infected. The laboratory has been sealed off and contact has been lost with the men inside. Czyli ogólnie odizolowali całkowicie tą sekcję, nie? I kontakt został utracony.
Boss, we have another outbreak of the vocal cord parasite inside the quarantine platform's laboratory. Several men are dead. It began after we discovered that radiation leak in the facility's research block. I dispatched the security team to seal off the source and move the researchers to the containment block next to it. That's when they discovered the outbreak. I immediately sealed the laboratory and sent a MOP-3 rescue team, but they haven't returned and comms are dead. We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. I'd like to get any asymptomatic personnel out of there, but we can't tell who's infectious and who's not. We need more information, like how to tell the two apart. Find out what's going on, boss.
No hej, czyli idziemy tam. Tak. Tutaj idziemy solo. Epizod 43.
Boss, let's go over the situation again. We've got another parasite outbreak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
What is this?
No idea.
Damn it! Huh? What the? Shit!
efforts to keep it from spreading. No one's getting out. One of the researchers inside managed to isolate the parasite behind the outbreak. He faxed over his findings. Code Talker's analyzing them now.
Why this new outbreak, despite our inoculation? This is still unclear. Introducing the Wolbachia to the infected prevented symptoms during the last epidemic. The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair. But the Wolbachia turns the male to female. Two females can neither copulate nor lay eggs.
That's why the rescue team went in with more Wolbachia. But the outbreak still isn't under control.
They should not be capable of laying eggs. Yet, we have a new outbreak. And the Wolbachia have no effect. I pray this is not some new strain. If it is,
then someone may have brought it here. If there's a spy running around.
For now, we must focus on discerning the outbreak mechanism. The cases show another alarming new development. It is now even more difficult to tell who is infected. The eggs propagate out of sight. No external symptoms. One who appears healthy may be dying on the inside.
What the hell happened in there? Boss, I still can't raise the rescue team I sent in. We know how to proceed if we just knew how to ID the symptoms. Finding that out is part of your job in there.
No grubo, nie? Cały budynek jest zamknięty.
Hang on, Snake. We've just had a transmission from inside. Here's the audio.
It all makes sense now. I win.
Where's it coming from?
Unknown. It cut off before we could get a fix. It all makes sense. Think he means the parasite? No way to know. But right now, that's all we've got. Hopefully he can tell us something. We'll have to close the tent behind you, boss. Don't think the infection's airborne, but... Find the source of that transmission, boss. Find our man.
You never know.
What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that too. Said it smelled like ripe fruit.
We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
Idziemy.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
No, nie zamierzam.
Staff member has died.
Chłop oszalał.
He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before. Was that
Zasięg
more of the
tracimy.
message? We'll
A
try
nie,
to clean it up.
wiadomość. Myszy fail? Nie można zabić?
I thought we could count on you, boss.
No chciałem go zabić, ulżyć mu przecież.
Building and locate whoever sent that transmission. Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Staff member has died.
Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Staff member has died.
Staff member has died. Ludzie mi umierają. Jezu, to jest trupów. Nie! Chłopiec, strzelaj!
Staff member has died.
Chłop się strzelił. No, ci z teamu.
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team. Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going.
Dobra, zostań sobie tu, ziomek.
Another transmission.
I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out. It appears even those who barely spoke became symptomatic. This must be some kind of mutation.
No, wirus, no to wiadomo, że będzie mutował, nie?
Staff member has died.
Chłop zabija, nie?
Boss, what the hell happened? At least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail. Damn it.
so he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Do not let anyone showing symptoms get outside. As infection progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the open. That's the parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies, spreading the parasite on land.
O nie. Czyli nie możemy wypuścić w ogóle zarażonych, nie? Bo jak wyjdą na zewnątrz, kruki będą znaczy ptaki, kruki i tak dalej będą przynosić to wszystko.
The whole world will be infested.
Brutalność, ale konieczna. Teraz swoich będziemy zabijać.
You have to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside.
No niestety. Trzeba się ich pozbyć.
Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. Shoot, Snake!
Has died. Has died. Has died.
That's it. That's good. You still have those goggles. If you see a glow in someone's
Będzie szybka śmierć.
that means they are
Kula w łeb.
and all you can do is give them a quick death.
Mam tego.
He's infected. Kill him, boss. We can't save him now.
Celownik ich znika, nie? Jak Snake nie patrzy.
Has died.
I'm sorry.
Has died.
Don't kill me!
Has died.
Po co rękami zasłaniasz? Już wiesz, że z tego nie wyjdziesz. Ten jest martwy. Zarażony.
Snake! You just killed your own...
A co mam robić twoim zdaniem?
Nobody asked for your opinion.
Masz rozwiązanie?
You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
Staff member has died. Member has died.
Ten zaczął strzelać do mnie, nie? uciekł.
Has died.
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men!
Has died.
No to jest mocna misja, nie?
Has died.
You yourself said we're a family! Or was it all lies?
Kill me, boss! Kill me!
On chce nawet, żebym mnie go zabił.
Has died. Has died.
Jeszcze nie wiem co kupić.
Has died.
To jest mocna scenka teraz, nie? To jest chuj mocny.
They're going outside! No! We're dead anyway!
Jeszcze ta nuta w tle.
Boss! Boss! Hey! Let's let the bosses. We live and die by your order, boss. Boss!
Te nucenie.
Shooting your own men! That's not the big boss I knew.
Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died.
Hang on, boss. Is he wearing a mask? He might not be infected. Examine him with those goggles. Carry the rescue
Jego
team member to
zabierzemy.
the exit.
Tą
He's the
maskę.
only one not infected.
Jest jedyną osobą, która jest niezarażona dotąd, nie? Jaka rzeźnia. Tyle rekrutowania. Wchodzimy stąd.
Got a survivor. Unlock the door.
Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him.
Could it have progressed this quickly?
Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
Tak, zarażony.
He is infected.
I don't believe it.
Got him through my wounds. They're waiting now. All of them. Do it.
Diabeł. Ten odłamek jakby urósł, nie? Bo im więcej zabijacie jakby niewinnych, a tak można powiedzieć, tym większy róg wam rośnie, nie? Ten odłamek rośnie wam.
Staff member has died.
There's nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful, boss.
It's your fault! They're dead because of you!
What?
He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Wait. I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me. See you end as ashes. You're all diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea. What then?
diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
A shining light to our brothers in arms, even in death.
We are diamond dogs.
We are Diamond Dogs. No. To jest jedna z fajniejszych misji.
I don't know how you do it. All I could do was obsess over revenge, doubting my comrades along the way. But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you? From the moment you opened your eyes in that hospital, you knew it wouldn't go away. Yet you've been fighting the pain and confronting your phantoms the whole time. Knowing full well the battle would never end, not till the day you die. I respect that now, more than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
Oj, Kaz. Przestań. Przestań, byczku.
Please select a mission.
Pitch Darku nie musimy robić. Tak, nie musimy robić Pitch Darku. Mamy kasetę, która jest ważna.
Well, Doctor, I have the report on the incident at the quarantine facility. Assuming the vocal cord parasite underwent a mutation. The only plausible explanations are exposure to some high-concentration mutagen or radiation. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine facility were infected with the parasites. The Wolbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed from their host's vocal cords. Once you're infected with Skullface's parting gift, you're stuck with it. The researchers regularly used X-ray equipment to monitor the parasites in their throats. No problem there, they kept a close eye on the radiation doses. But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays. Even though that's unnecessary for the scans. See, beta rays have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays. Meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation. Those beta rays leaked out from inside the equipment. Because the emitter was retrofitted, the shielding was inadequate. And the person who ordered and inspected the equipment was you, Doctor. That makes you the only person with the opportunity to install that emitter.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord parasite kill everyone?
Or maybe you thought it'd reveal a way to treat the parasite without using the Wolbachia. With that much to barter, I suppose some people would welcome even a pathetic cur like you.
Just stop it!
You'd have no shortage of buyers, but most would be happy with just the parasite. You wouldn't need to offer anything else. However, if that buyer already knew about the parasite, they'd also know that by itself, it's no longer the ultimate bargaining chip it once was. To sell to that buyer, you need to throw in a bonus. A way to one-up it. There's only one buyer who'd be after that.
Emmerich, we record all communications on Mother Base. That includes radio transmissions to and from homemade devices. You've been in frequent contact with people in America. A private biotech company, a client of which is DARPA. And they are connected to Cypher. You made a deal with Cypher. You offered them a new parasite in exchange for your safety.
This is the only place in the world where the vocal cord parasite still exists. And you used it as a testing ground. Tried to resurrect their bioweapon. But your plan to obtain the parasite has failed. Your bullshit ends now. And don't think you're leaving here alive.
Tak, DARPA to ogólnie MGS-1, możecie kojarzyć ze względu, że tam był Donald Anderson, który akurat był z DARPA. I to nikt inny jak Sigint jest po prostu, czyli jeden z założycieli Cypher, którego Ocelot oczywiście zabija tak naprawdę w jedynce, bo jego celem jest ogólnie zamach na niego. Ale to później wam wytłumaczy jeszcze, o co chodzi, dlaczego w ogóle Ocelot poluje, później polował na założycieli. Jeszcze tylko dojdziemy. Coś jeszcze takiego? Tutaj jest. What happened in the laboratory?
12 hours after exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague, I found myself making my way up the stairs to this room. And I am not alone. Everyone who's infected, we've all come up here wanting to get outside. I know full well I mustn't leave, given the possibility I'm infected. Yet, I can't contain this urge I feel inside me, like the alcoholic who tries to make any excuse for one more drink. Every step I took up those stairs filled me with this sense of bliss. I still have all my wits about me. It took no time at all to rewire the electronic lock and open the emergency exit. Then, just as I was about to set foot outside, I finally realized what was going on. This desire for freedom is not my own, but that of the vocal cord parasites inside me. They want the ravens to feed on us, pecking us to death. Attracted by these sweet secretions, they have mutated to facilitate this. The sweet smell is powerful enough to attract even a species with such a weak nose. So, before the parasites take complete control, I must. Most of the staff in here are already infected. At least, everyone I've looked at is. Infection with this parasite causes a high fever in the pharynx. I have modified a pair of night vision goggles to react only to this temperature range. With these goggles, you can identify who is infected. Other infected will, like me, feel compelled to make it outside. If the ravens get their meal, they'll head for land next. That cannot be allowed to happen.
To był ten doktorek, co nam Night Vision Goggle dał, nie? To był on. On jakby za wszelką cenę chciał powstrzymać, żeby ludzie właśnie nie wyszli na powierzchnię, bo jakby kruki się dorwały do mięsa, to później by to rozniosło na cały świat, nie? Więc no... Wykonał swoją robotę. Możemy site up zrobić. Kolejny, żeby odblokować dalszy progres.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Afghanistan.
W sumie możemy to wziąć.
Deploying.
Musimy z jedną zrobić misję znowu, że mi się w site opsach pojawiła kolejna opcja fabuły. Zostały nam dwie główne jakby misje jeszcze. Ostatnia to jest True Ending. Zrobimy sobie spokojnie tą misję szybko i powinno się nam zacząć odblokowywać.
Please select a deployment point.
Dobra, biegniemy tam.
Buddy has infiltrated our map has been updated.
O, znalazłem już tego więźnia tego, nice.
Enemy prison detected. The map has been updated.
A, bo tu jest ten posterunek.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been
Leżeć.
Begin cover fire.
Zdążę? Powinien zdążyć. Okej, o, burza ten jest piaskowa, zajebiście. Minus jest taki, że go nie skultonuje teraz.
Please select support helicopter requested. The weather will clear shortly.
Dobra. Powinno mi się odblokować już coś nowego. Może też 3 cyclopsy będzie zrobić, nie wiem, nie pamiętam już. Strzelają się w ogóle dalej, ale do kogo?
This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P-Quad. On station at LZ.
Psyops list updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Extraction arrived at mother base.
Gaining altitude.
ops list updated.
Mother Base się pojawiło coś? Aha, rewards tutaj. Dobra, to nie interesuje mnie tak naprawdę już. Mission.
Please select a mission.
Jeszcze nie ma. Moglibyśmy zrobić w sumie tą misję. Tylko to jest ta misja, co ja myślę? Tak, to jest ta misja.
Please select a mission.
Tak, to jest ta misja, to nie przesadzajmy, tego nie będziemy robić, ale tego nie musimy zrobić.
Please select a landing zone. Deploying.
Okej. Gdzieś na tym obszarze jest ten typ.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
W sumie... Jaki helikopter może tutaj gdzieś lata?
Support helicopter has arrived.
Albo nie. Uciekaj sobie.
Enemy presence
Zwiewaj.
detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Fire!
A tego mi zostaw. Nie, nie!
Side ops list updated.
No nie zabijaj go, kurde, nie mogę wziąć amunicji jej tą. Ja pierniczę,
Please
quiet.
select a mission.
Nie miałaś go
Enemy
zabić.
presence detected. The map has been updated.
O Boże.
Marker removed.
Nie chcę mi się gadać na odkłady. Mogę dać. Już nie daję jej tej amunicji. Już kurde, zapomniałem zmienić broni. O Boże, mi zabiła typa. Dobra, zrobimy ten mine clear, nie mine clearing. To zrobimy.
Please select a land heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
idziemy te kontenery zabrać.
Be careful down there, boss.
W sumie quiet, idź tu. Nie idź tam.
Please select a deployment point.
Tu. One prawdopodobnie w bazie są i tak.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
O, tu żołnierze są.
Analysis complete. Buddy has infiltrated and the map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Motherboard. You have arrived at your destination.
Chciałem go zeskanować, ale dobra. Od razu tu możemy wejść i to zabrać. Albo nie, bo ja nie wiem, czy to jest ta misja pewno.
Completed.
Mission. Jeszcze jedną byśmy musieli zrobić jakąś.
The map has been updated.
Kurde, mogę polecieć
Please
jednak z tym.
select a support helicopter.
No dobra, trudno. Myślałem, że jeszcze będą inne kontenery, ale dobra. Mother base facilities, tu się nic nie robi. Development.
Please specify a project.
Helikoptera nie mogę rozbudować. Dużo mi brakuje w sumie.
Please specify a project.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
A może faktycznie będę musiał zrobić jakiś dar, ale zrobimy to.
Please select a heading to Afghanistan.
Tylko quiet, proszę cię. Weź sobie tą snajperkę. Już mnie nie zabijała.
Deploying. deployment point.
Tu jest.
Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
Analysis complete.
Boss, get down.
Buddy
The
has
enemy sniper.
infiltrated our...
Ła!
Please select a deployment point.
Dobra, niech Quiet to ogarnie w sumie. Quiet, gdzie jesteś? Okej, już tu jest.
The map has been
No i
updated.
elegancko. Jakiś pojazd jedzie. To Quiet chyba pojazd jest jakiś. Ty jesteś moim targetem, tak? Dobra.
Side op completed.
Nice.
Extraction.
He's coming too.
arrived at
Roger that.
warehouse. Please select a mission.
Side Ops Mission. Okej, nic się nie pojawiło, to chyba będę musiał tam to zrobić. Aha. Bo to misję będę musiał zrobić jednak. Dobra, spróbujmy zrobić jeszcze jedną side. Może nie będę musiał.
Marker placed.
1000 metrów, kurde, znaczy 2 kilometry. Dobra, weźmy pojazd.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
No i tam sobie pojedziemy.
Vehicle drop complete.
Piklat będzie przelatywał, wnoszę mam linki, to już tam dojadę. Jeszcze zrobię tam jeden side ops i może się blokuje już to co chcemy.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
Wywalone mam.
updated.
Czy mnie wykryje, czy nie. Nie wykrył mnie. To dobrze.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Kolej się wpieprza mi, ty. Walać. Bo jeżdżą.
Enemy prison detected. The map has been updated.
Jest na tym obszarze.
Marker removed.
Weź teraz blueprint znajdź.
Please select a deployment point.
W sumie
Security forces must know something about the targets.
A deployment
After you
point.
grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Enemy prison. The map has been updated.
tutaj nie ma.
Clouds approaching.
Что происходит?
O nie.
Отвянешь меня! Всем боевым группам! Это кафе! Все подразделения! За боевые позиции! Повторяю! Все подразделения! За боевые позиции!
Speak. Spit it out. Fire!
Kurde, no chciałem do niego podbiec. Ten full serię nagle zaczął walić.
Snake! Talk to me! Snake!
The security forces must know
Nie
something about the
wchodź.
targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Talk.
Nice.
The map has been updated.
Sorry, ziomeczku. Gdzie jest ten blueprint? Tu.
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination. Side
Cyk.
ops.
Misja
It's
zrobiona.
about the quarantine facility.
Side ops list
We more or less
updated.
figured out what caused the mutation in the vocal cord parasites.
Extraction arrived
It was the
at
radiation from that scanner.
approaching.
And the one who installed it was Emmerich. I've added a tape recording of the interrogation. You should listen to it.
Coraz więcej informacji jest. Cassette tape.
Wait, what are you talking about? Just what do you plan to do?
Present the charges against you and render an appropriate punishment.
You're gonna put me on trial?
Call it what you like.
What's the meaning of this?
Out of here, all of you. Back to your posts.
No, hang on. Huey has killed their comrades and interfered with their lives. Roger. Had all they could take.
Bunt na Mother Base.
Stop! This is insane! You have no evidence whatsoever. You say you're an army free from government. You talk big about being a nation unto yourselves. But from the outside, you're just thugs, rebels, a militia, terrorists, an unhinged threat to society. You're nothing but a bunch of psychopaths.
So you're not with us?
No, I didn't.
I thought we were on the same side. That's too bad.
I didn't.
Men,
Sorry za te
you
CP
will have
gówno.
justice.
Extraction
But our
arrived
organization,
at Mother
the
Base.
boss's organization, is built on order and reason. There will be no lynch mob. So stand down for today. We will gather all the evidence of this man's crimes. And then he will be tried. Dismissed.
What do you think you're doing? Go ahead and execute me. It'll be murder in the eyes of the world. You've lost your minds. Don't you get it? You're seeing phantoms. This is Pequot. Have arrived at LZ. Just look at that dog. No. You named him D-Dog, but it's obvious anyone could see that's a wolf because you're all a bunch of wild dogs. You wanted to believe he was too, to feel some connection, to fight your loneliness. You wanted something to cling to prove you deserve to be alive. You wanted to forget the death, your sins, so you'd cling on to dogs, or wolves, or even Big Boss. The boss is the same, isn't he? Every one of you is alone. That's why you suspect your own. I know, because I do the same. I'm one of you too. Alone. Open your eyes! What you're doing is murder! Plain and simple. All you ever create is war. War and violence can never lead to peace.
Coleman inaczej tu miał widział to. Peace
Enemy presence detected. Inside will rise momentarily. Side ops list
You
updated.
got a minute? It's about the quarantine facility. We've more or less figured out what caused the mutation in the vocal cord parasites. It was the radiation from that scanner.
Please select
And the
a
one who
mission.
installed it was Emmerich. I've added a tape recording of the interrogation. You should listen to it.
Okej, tu widzę się pojawiają kolejne, ale nie pojawiła się ta misja co cem. 45-46, bo są dwie najważniejsze misje. Czy musimy więcej robić po prostu cyklopsów i w końcu się odblokuje, nie?
Please select a land heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Widzimy. Wszystkika porobimy i pewnie się odblokuje. Bo jeszcze musi być trial tak zwany. Siłem. W Mother Base. Pieprzamy się na głośno. O, shit, zginę. Kurde. Czemu tak latasz dziwnie, Pikład?
Snake, are you okay?
I czemu nie atakujesz? To jest pytanie lepsze. Spróbujmy jeszcze raz, ale nie wiem czemu nie atakuje w ogóle nasz śmigłowiec. Więc zrobimy może lepiej tak, żeby mnie wysadził wcześniej, może gdzieś. W sumie nie mogę teraz zrobić tego. Dobra, to spróbujmy jeszcze raz. Kurwa, zdechnę znowu. Nie, bez sensu. Kurde. Teraz jest problem, bo nie mogę się wycofać z tego helikoptera. Jezu, myślałem, że dam radę spokojnie, a ten helikopter w ogóle mnie nie atakuje nic. Bez sensu. Chciałem to szybko zrobić, po prostu przereszować i tyle. W sumie mogę fire czym dać. O, tutaj.
Strike requested.
will. P1 is in hot. Find cover.
Outpost captured.
Tutaj nie ma tego więźnia.
In hot. Watch out, boss.
Tutaj jest. Tu gdzieś, po drugiej stronie.
P1 is in hot. Find cover.
That's the target.
In hot. Watch out, boss.
Please select a landing zone.
This is Roger. No targets remaining. Ending attack run and we'll stand by at LZ. This is P1. On station at LZ.
Side ops list updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Okej, jeszcze się nie pojawiło. Co jeszcze musimy
Side
robić?
ops list updated. Please select a mission.
Coś szybkiego. To już zrobiliśmy.
Please select a heading to Afghanistan.
Zróbmy to.
Deploying. Please select a strike point. Strike requested.
Approaching enemy outpost. Hold on, boss.
Strike enemy group detected. What has been updated?
Come back safe, boss.
Kipet właśnie pali, a nie, nie kipet. Ty pikład ci trzymasz tam? O kurwa, pikład. No, wycofaj się. I żyjesz jeszcze. Posiłki nie przybędą. Musimy tego więźnia znaleźć znowu. On pewnie będzie tam, gdzie ten dzieciak był wcześniej.
Quiet.
Kurde, jak tu się wchodzi do góry?
Clouds approaching.
O, to tu jest.
Fire at will.
Outpost captured.
Outpost captured. Kurwa, nie wiem, gdzie jest ten typ. Gdzie on tutaj może być? Trzeba było zostawić w sumie jednego. Przesłuchać. A, chyba wiem, gdzie może być. Znaczy, przypuszczam. O kurde. Tak, przeżyłem. W tych budynkach właśnie.
Completed. Side ops list updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please landing zone confirmed. Support helicopter
No i co?
requested.
Trochę coś się odblokowało, czy dalej nic? Dalej tak średnio. Dawaj Piko, dawaj.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Może Quiet muszę zabrać. Quiet wtedy nie była.
Departing.
Side ops list updated. Please select a landing zone. Deploying.
Dobra. Zabierzmy Quiet, zobaczymy bez Quiet.
The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Co ja muszę znaleźć w ogóle? Little Sheep. Zajebisty questline. Weź mi znajdź D-Dog. Tą owcę. To jest ta owca, dobra.
Analysis complete.
O kurwa.
Marker
Ale
placed.
giga chat.
Analysis complete.
Ale siomek mój jest koksem.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
That's the target. You gonna extract him?
No, udało się. Mamy.
Side ops list updated.
Tak myślałem, trzeba porobić kilka side opsów.
Plant expansion. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, you there? We have a problem. The staff have found out everything that Emmerich's been up to. They're right on the edge. I need you to intervene before things get out of control. Get back to Mother Base ASAP.
9 years ago, this man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base. He then provided support to Skullface. Conspiring with Eli, he repaired Sahelanthropus in secret. His research materials caused the leak at the quarantine facility, which in turn caused the Walbachia mutation, letting the parasites off their chains. We lost a lot of good men. He also stands accused of murdering one of his own family, hiding the body.
I haven't killed anyone. The rest is all wrong, too. The inspection was supposed to help everyone. I sacrificed myself for my companions just as much as any of you. Why won't you believe me?
The prosecution calls a witness. Strangelove's gravestone, haunted by her phantom.
It's just a machine.
Huey! Damn it, Huey! Open it now! Please! Let me out! Kill me!
It recorded it all. Everything. Everything
W tym zdjęciu mówiłem, że on widział swojego syna, nie?
How could a machine?
You forced your own son into the cockpit of a Metal Gear, a test subject.
How?
His mother had to hide him away, and for that you locked her in that coffin.
No! She did it herself! It was suicide! And even if I did, what right do you have?
There's more. We have you to tell us everything you've done, everything you've thought, all this time. 9 years ago, you agreed to the inspection in return for Cypher's guarantee that you'd be spared.
I thought it was real!
We've reviewed into everything else that's happened since you arrived here.
Please.
Guilty! All counts. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! We exist outside the law. What should we do, boss? Just give the order. We'll handle the rest.
Prepare a life raft. Big enough for one. Food and water, too.
Boss,
He's leaving.
He's responsible for all of this! Think of all the men! He didn't lose a damn thing! This is the enemy! And he's here on his knees!
Us? You are right, he is not one of us. But we are not responsible to judge an enemy. He leaves Mother Base, and that'll be the end of it.
Get back! Don't touch me! I'm innocent! You're the murderers! Snake! You should be in this boat! There'd have been no inspection if it weren't for your precious nuke! I risked my life trying to save you all!
How can you do this? Am I the only sane one here? It's not my fault.
Look, you can't discard your phantoms forever, Doctor.
Son of a bitch will make it, you know. I can see it now. In no time, he'll be telling tales about the black-hearted Diamond Dogs. The Shining White Knight, blabbering on about our injustice, hiding behind his fool's idea of morality. And all the other fools will stand around, nodding with every word he says.
No. One day he'll see through the lies he's built up. Realize what kind of man he really is. What goes around comes around. You can't run from yourself forever.